Yes, so that's what he told me. The concern was not for my son, it was for his teacher. So in turn, what I did was I created a letter, got on my computer, created a very lengthy letter, and I emailed it. I emailed it to the district, to the school board, the superintendent, the superintendent secretary, the secretary of the district. I emailed it to the principal and his secretary. So when I emailed this letter, family, do you know within 5 minutes somebody was calling me back? Oh, what's going on? And, why do you feel this way? And, tell us more about it. So, I gave them the background about it. And the next thing you know, guys, somebody from from the legal team had called me. And the lady, she was like, oh, this should never happened. And, she's like, oh, well, when do you want your son to go back to school? I said, I don't want him going back to this school. My son is in fear for his life, for his safety, for his freedom if he goes back to this school. So she just basically said, I asked as far as what were the consequences that the other child suffered, and she said, I'm not sure or what have you. My son really didn't have any knowledge of what happened to him either. So I don't believe he was ever even suspended from school. I think he received like some in-school suspension or something like that. But I looked through the code of conduct and everything, trying to see if it had any consequences for anybody making racial slurs or hate comments, because that's just what they are. If you're able to go to jail for saying anything to a homosexual about their sexual orientation, that's considered hate. So it's like, you're in a catch-22 with this system. And it's that showed me that not only have they done this before, and they're comfortable with doing it, because if you have lack of knowledge, lack of resources, and lack of knowledge of self, then I'm sure there are so many mothers that sit back and let this kind of thing happen, just basically taking sides, or just taking whatever they say as face value. But that's not something that you can do. If you allow them to muscle your children around, and they can't speak up for themselves, because if they try to speak up, then of course they're going to be suspended. You are all they have. So as mothers, and as black mothers, we have to be careful about our children in these schools. We really do, because what are they learning? And if you look at the situation that happened with my son, what do you think he learned from this situation? He learned that, okay, yes, that's how they refer to me, as a minority black child. They have no problem with throwing me under the bus. My son should have been removed from that class the moment this happened. My son should have been removed from that class, because ain't no damn telling what that little boy would have came back and did. He's in the 9th grade, number one, and he's speaking this way. Come on, you already know you're a reflection of what happens at home, for the most part, when it comes to situations like that. Now, of course, our children veer off and they do some messed up stuff that we have not, taught them at home, because they learn it in the streets or on this computer, or through the music, of course. But for the most part, children are socially, they are a reflection of what they are at home. So I must say that we have some work to do, and we have some fighting to do. We have to know that we have to get back to the source. which is, where it all started. We have to get back to our culture. We have to get back to our ancestors, praying for them, paying homage to them, paying sacrifice to them, because they sacrificed for us. And they made it to where we actually have a voice, to where you're hearing me now. So guess what? I'm always saluting my ancestors. I always keep them around, and I always, visualize them protecting me continuously. And you should do the same thing. And I guarantee you that things will start to open up for you. Things will start to change in your life once you are identified with who you are. Until this happens, then there's gonna be a division. There's gonna be a great divide, amongst our people, because we're continuously allowing others to dismantle us and take us for everything that we have and everything that we know, and we don't put up a fight. That's the problem amongst our people. We don't want to stick together and fight together, but all other nations stick together no matter what. Those people fight for what they know and for what they believe in. That's not something that we do, and this is sad. And until we do that, we're gonna continue to be victimized. And this is clearly what happened with my son. He was a victim. He was victimized, and he was punished as a result. He did whatever he needed to do, and when he came back, he was still punished. So it's like, where does it end? Where does it end? Because as of right now, it is not ending. It is not ending. It's continuing amongst another generation, and we have to be the ones to stop it. We have to pass this knowledge on so that they can pass the knowledge on. Otherwise, we are in grave danger. So all I'm saying is, people, it is time to elevate your consciousness to a higher level. It is time for you to start to get in tune with the ancestors. Get in tune with your higher self, and stop settling for what's being taught to you, and start looking for yourself. Everything is here for you. You got a computer, you got a library, everything is here for you. There is no excuses. We have to really start to rise up. We really do. For those that are watching my videos, I appreciate you so much. For my subscribers, I appreciate you as well. I ask that you guys comment, let me know your thoughts, and if you have any topics that you would like for me to touch on, we can touch on that, because that's what we're here for. We're in a season for information, family. It is time for us to share, and that is why we're here, to share. So let's do it. I mean, I'm here for the fight. They fought for me, so guess what? I have no problem fighting for them. I want to say peace and love to everybody. Continue to follow me on YouTube, Miss Nzinga01. Always going to keep you updated and keeping it real at any cost. At all costs. I thank you again for tuning in, and I ask that you continue to tune in, because there will be more to come. I will start touching on religion. I will also start to touch on meditation and what it means to meditate. I'll also be going into some of the history of our people, starting with your boy Willie Lynch. So I got y'all, but I need for y'all to reach out to me and share with me your feelings and your comments. Peace and love. Ashe.